What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this channel that's all about architecture, engineering and construction, and where we also are all about bettering the African narrative. Okay, once again, my name is DaWinÂi and I'm recording for you today. Okay, so right now I'm approaching the entrance of our small tiny 3-bedroom house. Okay, yes, where I'm coming towards right here, where you see the blocks, is where we actually have the entrance into the plot. Okay, now remember, for those of you who've not been following, or those of you who've been following but might have forgotten, this is a 50 by 100 plot. 50 by 100, I mean 50 feet by 100 feet. If you are to transfer that into meters, it becomes 15 meters by 30 meters. So as you can see, we have a mark stone here. So when you start from this mark stone and then you go in this direction up to the end, okay, up to another mark stone over there, we have about 15 meters, and then starting still from this mark stone and heading upwards, we have 30 meters. Okay, that's 100 feet. So now our entrance being here, I think we will have to combine with the video of the render as well. You can see along this line where you see the soil is a bit raised, if you can notice that properly, we are going to have a green belt right from here and go straight up to the upper part there. So as you can see, we've already begun planting trees. Those of you who know that, most of you know that when you are building in phases, sometimes by the time you enter a house, you need to plant trees, and then they'll take another century or so, you know, another decade to at least grow very tall. So it's best you plant them as early as possible, so that by the time you're actually ready to enter the house, the compound is already looking something you can really be comfortable with. Okay, so these are the 3 trees you have here. You can see they are very close to the boundary. The reason why they are very close to the boundary is because this species of trees is a kind of trees that actually don't grow very wide. They don't go very broad. They grow very tall, but they do not spread out their roots very wide, so they do not affect the boundary wall. They don't affect any foundations of sort. Then also, as you can see, right here where I'm walking through right now is literally the walkway. Remember, the garage is going to be there just next to the house. We are going to put a canopy for it, okay, as you saw in the design. Then here in the middle of the compound, we have another tree that is going to be providing for the shade of the house. If you can see, this is going to act as kind of a windbreaker, also going to provide some shade for the house. Okay, anyway, you'll see that during the design and also when the house is done. So where should I start with? Okay, let's start with this. Okay, so right here next to the structure, we are going to have our parking lot here. This is where one car is actually going to park. Remember, according to the design, we are supposed to have one pillar right here. We are supposed to have another pillar just around there, okay, which we are actually going to do shortly. And then just next to the parking on this other side, there's going to be a gazebo, okay, something like an outside chilling place, you know, where you can sit in the morning and have your breakfast, or you can sit in the evening and have your evening meetings or sort. Okay, we are going to do that shortly, as the construction of course is still going on. And then also all that aside, let's go now back to the house. So I am entering the house. This is our small, can I call it a French shed, a French balcony, not really a French balcony, let's say a French porch, okay, because it's really very short. It's literally basically for just shielding the sun, the sun and also the rain from actually damaging the walls, the doors, you know, from causing them to corrode. When the rain hits the doors very closely, it might cause them to actually corrode. So I'm literally entering from here. So we have our living room here. I think I've taken you through a tour before. You know, you can see we have our strip windows here, as you know, in the design. Okay, so we are going to have our TV set right here on this wall. Our TV set is going to be here. So walking through the living room, we have a small dining table here. Very tiny house actually. So we have about a 4-seater dining place right here where I'm standing. Okay, then looking straight forward, you can see that if I go in like this, we have a bedroom here. Okay, so on this bedroom here, we have the bed that is going to be here. We have 2 strip windows over there, as you remember in the design, and then also we have another window here, a lot of lighting, right? Then we have a wardrobe here, and we have a wardrobe here. Okay, doesn't that look really interesting? So you can see we are going to have kind of high ceilings, really not really so high, but slightly above the standard, you know, so that we can have a lot of aeration and also that cathedral feel in the whole structure. So this bedroom that you see here that you're actually coming from is going to be using this bathroom here. This is the bathroom. We're going to build a duct there. We're going to put a duct around there where the pipes are actually going to pass even from the bathroom that is actually up. So this is basically going to be the bathroom and also toilet. Even visitors that come around can actually still use it. Okay, so as I move out, okay, I want you to capture this properly. So now on this side, remember we have stairs. These stairs, you can see there are already bars that are coming from the ground, which means they're going to be having stairs here. They're going to go in a U shape. Okay, they'll climb up to a quarter, then they'll go up to around 3/4, then they'll come this side up to full height. Okay, so right under the stairs we're going to be having a store. So the door of the store is literally going to be here, as you can see the brickwork. Then this side we head into the kitchen. Okay, now remember the kitchen is in open plan with the rest of the dining, which is supposed to be here, and also the living room. Okay, so if you can see, if I try to zoom out, you can see that Brian, first move. You can see that this was the entrance to this other bedroom and also the bathroom. Then there is also still another entrance that can lead you to the stairs. Okay, so you can literally pass through here. Okay, or you can literally use here. Now this one is basically going to be for the people who are literally occupants of the house, you know, but this will not really be for visitors, because for you to use this entrance you have to pass through this part of the kitchen. Okay, so you can see there's a small pocket here. This small pocket is what is actually going to house the fridge. The fridge is going to sit within this pocket. This is something not many people usually plan for, but it's important. When you have a chance, it's important to plan for it. Then we have a balcony that is at the back of the house. As you can see, there's going to be a kitchen balcony here. It's a rear balcony for the kitchen. Okay, so if you have your charcoal stove, you can cook from there. You have your whatever you have, you can cook from here. So unfortunately I can't take you to the first floor because it's not there right now, but that is what it is for now. Right now you can see that most of our windows are actually starting from a very low height, and they're going to go all the way up to the beam level, which is something that is really going to produce enough light for the house. Okay, something I really like. So I believe our client is going to be really happy with this, because our client has given us a bit of liberty on the choices we can make, you know, provided we are not stretching so much their pocket, we're not stressing much their budget. Yeah, so I'm going to take you around still. Okay, so remember here there's going to be a green belt where you're seeing this tree here. Okay, so those of you who had, you know, you saw the artistic impression, you know that around this area there was actually going to be a green belt, which is actually still the plan. So going to this other extreme corner of the plot at the front of the house, as you can see here. Now this is not actually the extreme corner of the plot. Yeah, we just left a 1 meter reserve for the road, but when we are building the boundary wall, we'll push a bit into another 1/2 meter right there. Okay, so standing at this extreme corner and looking in this direction, the boundary wall is literally going to move straight like this. Then also you might also want to notice that if you've been following the videos from the very start, you realize that you've already started grading of the compound. Okay, so we want to literally work on these things kind of concurrently, so that by the time we are finishing the structure, we do not have much work to do at the end of the structure. And also to work on plan. Okay, we are working on plan. If you notice in the plan, all this was literally planned for. So right here I'm working on the other side of the house, which is on the right. Yes, so remember our boundary wall is going to pass here. So remember our boundary wall is going to pass along here. Then as you can see, as we go towards the back of the house, you remember our well? Yes, the well is over here. Okay, then remember here we have stairs. In this part of the structure we have stairs. Okay, this is the back of the house, and then that is just the kitchen balcony or the kitchen shed. Then this well, we are literally going to cut it so that the level of this well can actually match the level of the upper compound. And then we are also going to do some more finishing here so that it actually looks much neater than it is right now. Okay, so now all this, as you see, is literally the upper compound. Let me pass this side so I can take you there. Okay, so so this, as you can see, the house is on this side. Okay, then we have an upper compound here. Some of you might be wondering whether this is still part of the 50 by 100, but it actually is still part of the 50 by 100. So this is going to be literally like a backyard garden. Okay, a garden where you can plant your your flowers. You can plant your a garden where you can plant some flowers, you can plant some fruits, you can plant actually some greens, you can plant some vegetables. Okay, or you can even do some small farming of rabbits and things like that. Really, the client already has a plan for that, so that is one of the reasons why we actually had to provide for it. Okay, so I'm working at the back end of the plot, the extreme back end of the plot. Okay, up to right here on this wall right here. Okay, so the plot literally stops here, and then we stretch again down to where we started from. Okay, so literally this is the whole plot. Now this upper part of the structure, this upper part of the plot is actually raised. Okay, so we are literally going to have stairs right here. Don't mind the food, it's for the builders. But literally just next to the parking, as you can see, we're going to put stairs that come and climb over here and go into the upper part of the garden. Okay, so here we have a gazebo, like I said, and then here we have another green belt here. So anyway, this might not make so much sense to you at this start, but as the project goes on, I believe you guys will literally enjoy every part of it. Otherwise, thank you very much guys for watching. Otherwise, thank you very much guys for watching, and have a good time. I'm DaWinmôi.